Good morning. Day 5 of my raw vegan challenge. And let's see, yesterday was kind of disappointing. I didn't drink all my water, and I drank two 32-ounce glasses or containers. But I did drink my celery juice, which is, I don't know, I think that's about 24 ounces. So I am drinking that again today. That's a whole stalk of celery, if anyone's curious. Celery juice is so good for you in so many ways, and I've been helping Greg juice and juicing for him, but not for me, so now we're juicing for both of us. Ta-da! I have my water bottle here, and I am determined to drink 3 of those today. I did run yesterday. I did an extra quarter mile. And yesterday was kind of bittersweet for me because for the last 3 weeks I've been listening to Gary Zukav's Seed of the Soul from the library. And I had to return it yesterday. So that was the bitter part. But I've decided I think I'm going to buy it because I really like what he has to say. And there's so much I get from that every time I listen to it. The sweet part is that Brene Brown's book came available yesterday. I've been on her waiting list for Braving the Wilderness. I love her work. And so I'm diving into that. She really makes me think about being courageous in what I do every day. Now, one of the things that Greg, my husband Greg, has been doing for years, and it's so easy to say and so hard to implement, and I've been trying to do it for a few years now too, is to never be offended. I think it's our responsibility to really, when we feel offended, to evaluate why we're offended, what's the deep-seating cause for the offense, and then maybe to take in that other person, their offender's viewpoint, and see where they're coming from, and make the assumption that that person is not coming from a negative spot, that that person is coming from a loving orientation, and that really kind of helps me not be offended. Now, I'll share a little story. 2 weeks ago in our weekly staff meeting, my work, I love where I work. I love the people I work with. I love the mission that we have and the opportunity to really make an impact in the world. We are trying to save the citrus industry that is under attack, and with a very real aggressor. And I mentioned in our staff meeting that our whole staff, was handpicked for our talents, that we all have amazing qualities, and as a team, we're making huge progress in our research. Now, I didn't deliver the message in a way that I wish I had. Probably 80% of it I did, but there was the 10% that came across it not in the way that I had intended. And it was my way of showing an example of how we should not all jump to being offended when somebody says or does something that is out of what we think is acceptable. And I said, for instance, and I turned to a staff member and I said, you offended me 3 times last week. And then I had to take a moment to step back and realize that it's my responsibility to accept that offense or not. And that's what I'm asking all of our staff members to do. That particular staff member was hugely hurt and offended that I called her out. And that wasn't my intent, but it happened. And that really hurt my heart to know that I hurt her so deeply. and I apologize for that. And I've really been thinking about this for the last 2 weeks, and today I'm really going to put into practice what I have been trying to for years, and that is I'm not going to be offended no matter what happens. And I know that just saying that something's going to happen today, but I'm really putting into practice everything that I have been mentioning on the first 5 days. I'm not going to be offended. I am going to be the best woman that I can be. I'm going to speak, I'm going to think, and I'm going to act in a way that I want to portray myself. I'm going to act out of intention. I'm going to evaluate my intentions. What is my intention, and what do I want to get out of this? So anyway, I'm rambling, but anyway, if I could recommend 2 books, The Seed of the Soul, Braving the Wilderness by Brené Brown. So have a great day, guys. To celery juice.